Jesus forgave a thief dangling on a cross, knowing full well that the thief had converted out of plain fear. That thief would never study the Bible, never attend synagogue or church, and never make amends to those he had wronged. He simply said, "Jesus, remember me." And Jesus promised, "Today you will be with me in paradise." It was another shocking reminder that grace does not depend on what we have done for God, but rather what God has done for us, So, let's talk about this just for a second here, We are saved by grace, not by works, We are not saved by our good works. Because, and I get this, James says faith without works is dead. But here's the thing. You know why you do those good works as a Christian? Because of your love of Christ. And a big problem people have is they get them confused and they just do them. Oh, that's good. This is going to get me into heaven, I do them because I got to do them, They're doing them out of complete religiosity, not out of their love for Christ. And that's problematic, So when you're doing good works out of religiosity, good works alone won't get you into heaven. It is by His grace we are saved. That is what saves us. But yeah, the thief in the cross, he never studied the Bible. He never attended synagogue or church. He never made amends to those he had wronged, except in the last moments. And let me just say, this is a good reminder here, This is why I believe that people can accept Christ in their last moments. I really do believe it. I know some argue about it, and it's whatever, but I personally believe somebody can accept Christ, and I believe there have been many that have accepted Christ in their last moments, And, some people have had their family members or friends on their deathbeds at the last moments. There's been reports of people stretching their arms out, acknowledging they see God in the last moments. It's like they know that He's real, even if they were atheists. It's like those last moments sometimes, just in time, God snatches them from perishing. I really think that's possible. After all, with all things are possible with God, But yeah, just remember that, guys. We are saved by grace. And as long as you're breathing, it's not too late to accept the Lord. I love you.